Hey there, this is Neha, Sheikh, and welcome back to Microbiology Wisdom. So today we are going to comparatively study between eukaryotic and the prokaryotic cell. So let's get started.
First, let's start with the cell. All the organisms are composed of cell, which is the basic fundamental unit of life. Okay, so there are two types of cell: eukaryotic cell and prokaryotic cell. Eukaryotic cells are present in the eukaryotes, like we are eukaryote because our cells are eukaryotic. So humans are the example of eukaryotes. Okay, similarly prokaryotic cells are present in the prokaryotes, like bacteria, archaeas. Okay, so bacteria and archaeas are the example of prokaryotic cell. The next, let's start with the comparative study between eukaryotic and the prokaryotic cell. So first comparison is eukaryotic cell contains a true nucleus. Nucleus is just a binding, or we can say compartment, in which DNA exists. So it is present in the eukaryotic cell, but it is absent on prokaryotic cell. Here you can see in the picture. Then second comparison is the presence of membrane bound organelles in the eukaryotic cell. Okay, like nucleus, endoplasmic reticulum and mitochondria. These all organelles are only present in the eukaryotes, whereas the prokaryotic cell doesn't contain any membrane bound organelles, which is our second comparison. Okay, so here the ribosomes are just float in the cytoplasm. You can see the prokaryotic cell is so simple, but the eukaryotic cell is so dense and complicated. Okay, so let's see our third comparison, which is eukaryotic cell is unicellular as well as multicellular, like we are the multicellular organisms. Okay, prokaryotic cell are unicellular like bacteria. The next comparison is the eukaryotic cells are bigger in size, whereas the prokaryotic cells are smaller in size. Okay, eukaryotic cells are so huge in front of prokaryotes like bacteria. Okay, so prokaryotic cell size is only 1 to 10 micrometer in diameter. So we can't even see them with the naked eyes. Okay, so eukaryotic cell size is 10 to 100 micrometer in diameter, which is so huge in front of bacteria. Then our another comparison is the eukaryotic cells having a linear DNA, whereas the prokaryotic cell doesn't have any linear DNA, but they have a circular DNA, which is so dense at the nucleoid region in the prokaryotic cell. Okay, eukaryotic cell DNA is so linear because it is kept in the compartment, but prokaryotic cell doesn't have any compartment for this, so that's why their DNA is so circular. Okay, the next comparison is the presence of chromosome. Eukaryotic cells contains a chromosome, whereas the prokaryotic cell doesn't contain any chromosome, but they have a plasmid, which we can say extra chromosomal DNA. Okay, then eukaryotic cells are made up of cellulose, chitin, pectin, like we can see in the plants. Okay, but the prokaryotic cells are made up of peptidoglycans. Their cell wall contains a peptidoglycan layer. Okay, then last comparison is the division. Eukaryotic cell divide through the mitosis, whereas the prokaryotic cell divide through binary fission as well as budding. Okay, so these all are the comparisons between these two cells. Okay, here you can see the eukaryotic cell is so complicated because the presence of organelles, whereas the prokaryotic cell is just simple cell. In the eukaryotic cells, organelles are the easiest way to organize everything, including cellular function. That's exactly what eukaryotic cell is doing. Whereas the prokaryotic cell is so simple, but don't be fooled by its simplicity, because their smaller size and simplicity is the advantage to their lifestyle. Okay, so that's all about eukaryotic and the prokaryotic cell. Thanks for watching.